The BC woman who is thanking her lucky stars still after a meteorite crashed through the roof in the middle of the night. Just missed her. We were telling you about this yesterday. Take a look at this, the chunk of space rock that landed right on Ruth Hamilton's bed as she was sleeping at home in Golden, BC. The only warning she got was her dog barking. That woke her up, and the next thing she knew, there was a huge explosion and debris all over her. Initially, she and the RCMP inspector, because she called 911 not knowing what else to do, they thought it might have been from a nearby construction site. But no, in fact, people had spotted a fireball that night, so she got in touch with experts at Western University in London, sent an email, and, well, why don't we just pick up the story with the person who ended up receiving that email, because he's now very involved in the story. This is Professor Peter Brown, who is a professor of physics and astronomy at Western. He's in London, Ontario. Good morning, Professor.
Good morning, Heather.
This is quite the story.
It is, yes. No, it doesn't happen every day.
Well, how unusual is it, in fact?
So there's about one chance in 100 billion that on any given year, your bed will be hit by a meteorite.
And Ruth Hamilton was that chance.
Exactly, yes.
And you know, kind of the description that she was saying, you know, the sort of the size of a melon, charcoal gray in color. Was that all you needed when that email came? Was that all you needed to know that it was indeed a space rock, a meteorite?
Yeah, the picture gives it away. It certainly looks like a meteorite, and all the circumstances were correct. And we knew there was a bright fireball that night, so putting it all together, we were pretty convinced even without seeing the rock.
Well, now you have seen it, and she's actually going to send it to you, I understand. Now, what do you hope to learn from this, Professor?
Well, we hope to understand exactly what kind of meteorite it is, and what's special about this one is we have enough videos that we have sort of an idea of where it came from in the solar system. We know it came from sort of the asteroid belt, but we're hoping to get more videos from people who may have recordings, and that will help us track the meteorite better, get a better orbit for it, and ultimately learn where it comes from.
So would that just be people in British Columbia, or would people elsewhere have seen the fireball?
Yeah, southeastern British Columbia, southern Alberta, central Alberta, anywhere in there should have been able to see it.
Okay, so people who are up early and listening to our conversation, if they happen to have captured the video, you'd be interested in seeing that. Knowing the orbit, why is that important? What does that tell you?
Well, that tells us exactly where this rock came from. And because this rock is as old as the Earth, it's older than any rock on the Earth, in fact, by piecing together exactly where it comes from in the asteroid belt, we learn how the planets formed, how the early solar system formed. So it's really important for us to get these videos to place the context of this rock in a solar system context.
I don't know how soon you'll receive this, but have you seen a lot of meteorite material in your career personally, or are you kind of eager and anticipating the arrival of this rock?
Well, every meteorite is unique. They all tell different stories. We've certainly seen other meteorites, but there's only been a handful in Canada where we've had enough data to get sort of an orbit. So this one certainly stands out as unique. And of course, it's the first time a bed's been hit in Canada by a meteorite.
That just sounds kind of funny when you said in that matter-of-fact way, the first time a bed's been hit in Canada. Thankfully, Ruth Hamilton was able to be awakened, and because it was pretty close to where she was sleeping, wasn't it? My goodness.
Yeah.
All right, listen, Professor, thank you very much. We'll be in touch now that you're going to get it, and you can study it and learn more about its orbit, and therefore, as you said, the origins. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you, Heather.